Alright, you already know the drill. Basically gonna rate these ships on looks because I only got these four right here. So, yeah, let's get into this shit. It's baguette time. So we got Engaboldi, uh, this one, free little, what's it called? Free little tier 2, got from a free pack. Second French ship I got, which I actually ended up, that pack came out the day I got the first one, which we will get to eventually. I might be pronouncing this shit wrong, but I'm assuming that's Tornini. That's what it looks like to me. Um, Basically like the French version of Nassau. I don't really take this ship. Well, I haven't took this ship out in a long time, so I don't really remember how much it plays. I'm pretty sure though that the guns turn slow as hell. Tier 4 Cyclone, because I have no life and slaved away at this game for what's it called? 4 years, and yet I am still very, very, very backlogged. I don't think I should be that backlogged if I played this game for 4 years, and yet I still don't even have a full tech tree unlocked. The ship looks good. I don't know who the fuck greenlit 10-second reloads on a destroyer. I'm pretty sure the fucking what's it name has a hold up. I gotta check this shit real quick. I'm pretty sure Des Moines has less of a reload than that. Yes, Des Moines, a heavy cruiser, has a shorter reload than a destroyer by nearly half. Not to mention, Des Moines has triple barrel turrets, where Cyclone has single barrel turrets. That kind of sucks. I feel like I think what they should do is give this ship a buff. Like, because I watched, what was it? I watched a handful of people that do World Warships content, so it's hard to, sometimes I get some, I believe it was, I watched someone, I forget which channel it was, but they said they're reviewing, basically kind of, not really review, but they just compared the stats. The only, I think, better thing you get from this is, I think, like, half a kilometer of range. So I think that they should at least cut the reload down. That would make it like its tier 3 sister, which we will get to later on. But yeah, actually, now I look at it, any of these help with main battery? No, that just helps with traverse speed. Yeah, none of these help with reload, so yeah. Next is Flander, which was the first French ship I got. I do prefer personally, ship-wise, I prefer 2 front, 2 back configuration, but the 2 front, 1 back will work just as well. Flander was, because what I do, because I'm fucking bored as hell half the time, it just makes sense in my head to assign a flagship for each fleet. Flander was the flagship for my French fleet, as at first it was going to be the Gascon, but then this came out and I'm like, I have to get this. I think this is the first campaign ship I got, actually. No, Yahagi is, because I got her as like a halfway point under one campaign. But this is the first, like, top campaign prize I've got. But not gonna lie, the Alsace, which is the 1 tier higher than this, something about, like, it just looks more kind of World War II than it. Mainly, I think it's because it got an aircraft catapult instead of a helipad. Although I do like this ship, it is fun for brawling, so I did change over to build for it to be brawling. Next is we go to tech tree. Alright. Destroyers. I'm not gonna try to pronounce half of these shit. Yet again, I say that and I'm gonna try to pronounce half of them. This one, small, kind of has a big box on its forehead, but I really like the look of it. Worthy enough to be on my favorite ships list and drawing list. I just put down Cyclone on like the list because they're pretty much the same, but Cyclone has a cooler paint scheme. This one just doesn't really hit. Same thing with the tier 5, just doesn't really hit. Tier 6, I like the look of it, although I don't like the torbs separated by each side. I really prefer centerline torbs. I don't like the ship, doesn't really hit. I like this, although not as in the sense of the destroyer, it for some reason like it feels bigger than I think it might be wider, which why because I get like the sense of this as like a small like patrol cruiser anytime I look at it. I don't know why. I think it might be the somewhat beefy turrets, or that I think it might be a bit wider than a Fletcher. I don't know, but yeah. Probably my favorite tier 8 destroyer, looks-wise. Cruisers, this is gonna be easy. This looks like a fucking bathtub with guns. This one kinda hits, but doesn't quite hit. This one has just enough to where it goes from the kinda hits to quite hits. Not quite hits to fully hits, due to it actually having like a little awning over the bridge, because I'm picky about the littlest shit in designs of stuff. I find these ships annoying. I believe it's either this one or the one above it that one of these I always encounter one that's always an HE spammer. Looks wise, meh. Same thing with this one. This one just has a slightly different bridge, although I do like this one a little bit more than the predecessor. Algier, because this is the only one I'm pretty sure I know how to pronounce. I don't know why they put a JBL speaker on the top of the superstructure, but okay. Have fun, I guess. I like this one besides the fact of it looks like it has like 3 bridges. So that the 3 bridges kinda... This one I probably would like if it didn't have like that second layer. Like at the second layer windows, I just kinda, I don't like the look of that. I mean, other than that, it looks like a pretty beefed up cruiser. Like French cruiser, because a lot of the other ones like don't really look like they have much AA or stuff like that, but yet again I don't really look at those cruisers all crazy. Battleships, I don't know how to pronounce this one's name. Not really a fan of not really a fan of pre-dreadnoughts that have like odd, it just like depends on turret layout pretty much. Like sometimes I'm a fan of pre-dreadnoughts, sometimes I'm not. This one, kind of same deal. So, yeah, just gonna leave it at that. Don't really like Normandies. It just kind of looks weird. Like, looks like a floating rectangle. Even though Lyon has the double bridge, I really like the look of this ship. I don't know why, and also I heard it's fun to shoot at because a lot of guns. Well, not shoot at, to shoot at stuff with, because it got a lot of guns. So, yeah, I do like this one. Interesting design. Although that turret in the middle of a tier 6 ship really annoys me. You'd think by then they'd stop doing that. Richelieu. I do like Richelieu, other than the fact of no back gun. Well, no back main gun. Like, even though, in theory, this is basically a, in a sense, because this got, what, 15s, am I correct? Yeah, 380s get 15s. In a sense, positioning-wise, if you take, like, Hood, if you take, like, depending on how you're going against stuff, if you take Hood or this, it would kind of be better to take this because you don't have to show broadside, but I have an aggressive playstyle, so it's always... I'd much rather have one turret on the back. So, yeah. Also, I really like the cool picture of this with New Jersey, and I think it might be like, what, New York Port or something like that? But there's a picture of New Jersey and Richelieu in World War II together. Alsace, I like it better than Flanders because every time I think of French ships, I just always imagine like the quad barrel guns, even though realistically they kinda sucked. Maybe not the French ones, but I know the British ones did. And also, this one has airplane. Sadly, no torps though. And I believe that one also has a better AA. Alright, next we move on to the premiums. This one, I don't believe I've ever seen any of these in the wild. And what I mean by that is, I don't think I've ever encountered any of these in a game on my team or not on my team, although I do like the gantry dabbit things that they have that are... reminds me of Britannic. I know Britannic's like the only notable... well, not the only one, but the... to me, at least, the most notable ship that had these. Also, that kind of wall there just looks like just... I look at that and I just think big citadel like Omaha. Actually, you know what? Yeah, kind of right about that. Champagne. I got so confused when the ship released because it was like basically damn near the same as Gascon, and I didn't know. I never really checked the stats of ships to see gun caliber, but I believe this one, the difference between Gascon is this one got, yeah, like 16s. I don't know, I don't really like it. Just looks like too lightly armored for my liking, so yeah, although I do like the darker paint scheme compared to Gascon. Strasbourg, I remember when this one was released, I saw these a lot. And basically, sister ship to Dunkirk with a more interesting, what you call it, and up-tiered, more interesting camouflage. That's the word I'm looking for. Leitrim. I remember. Was this? Yeah, I believe. Yeah, it was this. I remember when this one was released. Yeah, just I don't really like the look of it. Same thing with this one. Not even gonna do much. It's just same as her tech tree sister. Gascon. I am so glad that I got Turpits instead of this with my global XP. I mean, I'm eventually gonna get this because I do really like the design of it. But I'm so glad that, because I've heard this ship as well with Champagne kind of sucks, but I believe Champagne's better because she got the 406s. I believe this one got 380s. Yeah, this one got 380s. Dunkirk, I kind of wish I had one during that one battleship, the tier 5 Brawl. Was it Brawl or was it a different? I believe it was Brawl where they had like the insanely fast reload. This ship fucking slayed. I really wish I had one. This was basically like a fucking full auto battleship. In my opinion, that's like every battleship main's like wet dream is just a fully automatic battleship. Even if it's like 14s or something like that, just because the amount you can put out there wouldn't matter. But Dunkirk, yeah, like Dunkirk. DeGreasy. I like it, but at the same time I don't. It might be one of those ships that just kind of depends on my mood. Like, one day, yeah, I like it. It's on my favorite list. Next day, it looks fucking ugly. Also, that airplane there kind of really annoys me. Like, the windscreen looks way too small. But just kind of meh, mid. And that is basically it, pretty much. So I believe after this we got, or wait, yeah, let me just go here and take a look at. Alright, so after this we're gonna do Soviet, or, well, USSR, or Russian. I just call them Russian because all the early ones are Russian. Then Italian. I'm gonna do Pan-Asian before Euro, because I believe Pan-Asian, at least the tech tree part of Pan-Asian, I believe that came before Pan-Euro. But yeah, I'm gonna do Pan-Asian, then Pan-Euro. I'm not sure if I'm gonna group these two in the same. It depends on if we get like any more ships to part of their fleets before I get there, which I don't think so. Unless they like sneakily drop one, so I'll probably do like this and then this. Although I kind of want to do the Pan American one first because they got a battleship where the Commonwealth, well, they have two ships, but I don't got the other one. But yeah, that's basically gonna be it for this video, and this will be Alpha 118 signing off. Damn, under 20 minutes with this one.